Hey, thanks for watching this video. If it helps you, please give me a like, subscribe, whatever. It helps to make me get motivated to do more videos such as this. In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to replace your front differential cover on your Dodge or Stellantis Ram 2500. I would have guessed this is probably the same on like the 1500, but I would think it would be smaller on the 1500. This particular truck is a Dodge, this truck is a Stellantis Ram 2500 6.7 Cummins diesel. So when I bought this truck, it's got 35,000 miles on it. I started looking at it as far as servicing it. I like to service my vehicles, do a full service every 30,000. It just makes life a lot easier. I plan on keeping this truck for about 15 years, and then hopefully in 15 years I will never need another truck again. But what I noticed when I was shopping for a Ram 2500, and this is the same front differential cover for a 2013 to present day. This is 2024, so the same front differential cover, the same process is going to be used for 2013 to modern. But when I was shopping for a Ram, I noticed that they didn't bother or didn't feel it was necessary to put a drain plug or put a quality differential cover on the front of the Ram. They didn't do it on the back either, and the transmission's even worse. I have a Banks coming for the rear. I already have a Mag Hytec coming for, I already have a Mag Hytec transmission cover in the box, going on the transmission very soon. But anyway, I wanted to be able to service this easily. I wanted a drain plug. I didn't want to continually have to loosen the differential cover, let the oil drain out, tighten it back up. I just think that's kind of lame. So I have had very good luck with Mag Hytec in the past. So I'm putting a Mag Hytec on the front. I'm putting a Banks on the rear. Banks does a better job of cooling and lubrication dispersion than what Mag Hytec does. Both of them are very nice pieces of hardware. So you're going to need a 10 millimeter wrench to loosen all these bolts, these 12 bolts that hold the differential cover on. This is a very easy job. You can absolutely do this job in under a half hour. There's no downside to doing this job. The differential cover, the Mag Hytec front differential cover, set me back about $400, and you have about another $100 in gear oil. I'm not going to tell you which gear oil you should use. Go by your area where you live and how you use your truck. I used the Valvoline in the squeeze bottle, the fully synthetic Valvoline. It did take right at 4 quarts. We'll get into that a little bit later. If you're watching this just to see how to change your oil, pretty much all you have to do on one of these is loosen all your differential cover bolts, screws, and you see as you are loosening the screws, your gear oil is dumping out of the bottom of the differential. It's easy as that. There is a fill plug. You can kind of sort of see it behind that rod that's in front of the differential, and I imagine that rod across the front of the truck makes it absolutely difficult to get the fluid back into the front differential. The Mag Hytec, it's got a fill plug at the very top, and it has a dipstick, so you can check. It takes, with the Mag Hytec, it takes exactly 4 quarts. Their instructions say approximately 4 quarts, but at exactly 4 quarts, you're almost to the top of the top line of the dipstick. And the Mag Hytec gives you the bonus of maybe a little bit extra cooling. I think the Dodge and the Ram front differential holds about 2 quarts of fluid, where the Mag Hytec gives you an extra 2 quarts of capacity. So that's a bonus if you care about lubrication and you care about cooling. You have more lubrication and your gear oil can stay cleaner longer because there's more of it. It's just more diluted. But we're at the last bolt right now. Hopefully we're at the last bolt. It's taken me long enough to get these out. But there's the cover. Oh, that was the 11th one. So here's the 12th bolt. It's very easy to get this off. I was expecting there to be some black RVT holding this together, but you know what? They actually used a gasket, which was nice. I wish they would do that with their transmission pan. The transmission pan apparently is black RVT. That aggravates me. But there's the gears. Here's your new Mag Hytec. So I don't know if you guys have done this yet, but this is the cheapest roll-around Harbor Freight Yukon tool chest. I don't really keep much in it. My tools are kind of in other places. But what I did was I took the wheels that came with this Harbor Freight tool chest, I took them off and I put universal casters on it. So this thing will roll and can position anywhere really quickly. So if you like having a workbench close to where you're actually working, this is a great idea. And you can put the tools that you're using for the job, just drop the tools down in this drawer. This particular cabinet at my last house, it was underneath my house. I had a shop where I built motorcycles. So as you can see, pretty much everything is motorcycle related that's in here. Yeah, so it just makes it easier for you to maneuver around a workbench. And here we go. Here is a brand new Mag Hytec differential cover for the front. Hopefully this will fit. So what I'm going to do before I even get started is I'm going to make sure that the new one absolutely fits the old one, because that just kind of common sense. So there's the one we just took off. And after 35,000 miles, it's pretty nasty. So I just took the little rubber gasket that's on the old, off the old. I know this to be the bottom, top, bottom. This is the fill plug. I do kind of like that they have a magnet in the fill plug, but I prefer a differential that has the magnet in the bottom, like the Mag Hytec. But if you see the gasket that came off, it matches up with the holes on our new differential cover. So we're good to go with that. So the reason I checked it first before I pulled everything out is if it didn't fit, I would just go ahead and send this one back, and they could take it back as new. So now I'll pull it out of my plastic cover. We'll save this plastic cover. You may want to put your old one back up on eBay, and you see right here, this magnet is pretty strong. So good on Mag Hytec. Everything you get comes with this kit, so it's going to go on like that. This is your fill plug. It's not a bad idea to loosen that fill plug before you climb up underneath the truck. I'm not sure why they gave me an extra drain plug, but man, that is amazing. That's freaking awesome for Mag Hytec on their part. So if anybody from Mag Hytec is watching this, thank you. So I'm going to take another one of these little magnetic cans. I've got one under the truck already with the old screws in it, and I'm just going to go ahead and get all my hex head bolts set up with the washer. So all I have to do is grab them and put them in. As you can tell, I have done a Mag Hytec in the past. I've had Nissan Titans, and if any of you have owned a Nissan Titan, you know how terrible their differential covers are, especially on the rear. So I have all of my hex heads now have washers on them, and I have one washer left over. So we need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Mag Hytec gave me 2 extra bolts and 3 extra washers. They did provide Allen wrenches. Super cool that they did that. I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the fill plug first, because it's easier to have this fill plug loose and ready to remove before you get under the truck. There's already an O-ring bead here, so this O-ring is going to replace this massive seal that Dodge uses. I wouldn't be doing this if Dodge put a drain plug in their reservoir, in their differential cover. There are holes. I believe these are for your sensors, like temperature sensors, whatnot. Probably maybe cooler. I won't be using those. My old one didn't have it. I'm not going to do it with my new one. So right now it looks like we are ready to put this on under the truck. I'm going to go ahead and stop here and move underneath the truck. And so back under the truck, Mag Hytec does supply the tools you need to put this cover on. I found that T-handle, a 6mm T-handle is the absolute best tool. Allen wrenches are not great. You can't get your fingers in these holes to turn these hex head screws, these 8mm hex head screws. So yeah, my first attempt here is with an extension and a 6mm socket. The Allen wrench would have been a lot better choice right here, but I got a couple of these hex head bolts through the differential cover into the housing to hold this thing on. And once it was in place and on the truck, I just rolled out and I got me a T-handle, a 6mm T-handle. And here I come back underneath the truck, and you'll see how much faster it is with the T-handle. Those screws just go in there. We're good to go. We can go from the first to the second to third. The instructions didn't give me the tightening procedure. I thought I remember reading in the Ram manual that you were supposed to go in a crisscross pattern, kind of the same way that you put your wheels on the truck. You do the first one, and then you do the opposite of the first one, and then you bounce over, do the next. So all I did was I just snugged down these 12 screws, and then I came back later and I tightened them down with my torque wrench. So I got done hand tightening with the T-handle. Now I'm using a inch-pound, foot-pound torque wrench. You see me struggling. The instructions that come with the Mag Hytec told me that my torque spec should be between 12 and 16 foot-pounds. So I have my little torque wrench here. It is set at 14 foot-pounds. And yeah, I probably should have got a bigger torque wrench so I'd have more leverage. It was some of the positions that you're in, it was hard getting even just 14 foot-pounds on the end of this small torque wrench. But I got a good click out of each one of them. So this differential cover should never have to come off. The rest of the life of this truck. Like I said, this truck has 35,000 miles on it right now. I don't know who had it before me. I don't know how it was serviced. I don't know anything about this truck other than it was at a Ram dealer. I wanted it. The Ram dealer kind of screwed me around on New Year's Eve. So if you're listening to this, Morganton, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, your sales guy that was there New Year's Eve 2023, your sales manager was terrible. I made an offer on the truck. He told me to go pound rocks, and a week later, Car Guru sent me an email that a truck I was interested in had dropped in price, and they actually dropped the price of the truck $1,000 cheaper than what I offered them on New Year's Eve. So I got to make that 3-hour drive back over to Morganton and pick this truck up. Just makes you hate dealerships, right? Really makes you hate dealerships. So anybody at Stellantis, if you're watching this, this is the dumb crap that buyers have to go through when they're buying your product. The truck had a shake when I test drove it, so before I went back and picked it up, I asked the sales guy, I said, could you put it in the service department and have them balance the right front wheel? It was out of balance when I test drove it. And when I picked the truck up and got on the interstate and started driving home, the entire truck shook then. So no big deal. I took it to my local Discount Tire. I love Discount Tire. They're an amazing company for what they do. I mean, they focus on tires and they take care of you. They get you in, they get you out really quick. It's very rare that you wait at a Discount Tire for more than an hour for your car. I think I was there to get all 4 wheels on this truck balanced. I was there for less than 20 minutes. And that was on a Saturday morning. But the guy that worked on the truck, and I watched him pull every wheel off, there wasn't one wheel on this truck that needed less than 2 ounces. So not one of these tires were balanced on this truck. But he came in and he told me that every wheel was out of balance, but I knew that because I watched him put them on the balancer. I sat there at the window and watched him work. And they even found a lug nut that had been stripped out. It was just hanging there by a few threads. He brought me the lug nut. They had a lug nut sitting on the shelf. They put it on at no charge. And you could see down inside the lug nut that came off. It was just stripped. All the threads were gone. So right now I'm putting in the Valvoline synthetic, and it's not this messy. I apologize. I don't know what I was doing. I just wasn't thinking this morning. But I lost a lot. With the Mag Hytec differential cover on the front, in the instructions, Mag Hytec says, they say it takes approximately 4 quarts to fill this up. And I'm going to say 4 quarts is right on. It is spot on. I was just underneath the upper fill line with 4 quarts. And that's after dropping, oil all over my garage floor. But this was a really quick job. There's no reason you can't do this job in less than a half hour. If you set your mind to it, you have all your tools laid out, ready to go. And having this top fill cap on this front differential cover, so much easier than that fill plug that Dodge uses. I think the biggest bonus to this is having the magnet on the drain plug, where Dodge and Ram have the magnet on the fill plug that's halfway up the cover. This one has a magnet down at the bottom of the cover, so it can grab any of that metal flakes, metal debris that gets eat up on those gears as you're going down the highway. So that's nice. And I didn't have a lot of gray on the differential cover, but there was quite a bit of gray from metal and just crap flying around inside the differential. So all that's gone. Everything's new inside, and yeah. So when I go Friday to pick up my new dump trailer, at least my fluids will all be changed and ready to go for the trip, and that's about a 4-hour drive to pick up a new Kaufman dump trailer from Lexington, North Carolina. It's a pleasant drive down Interstate 40, if there is such a thing. But now that my all 4 wheels are balanced and I'll have new fluid in the vehicle, I know this truck's going to hold up for me for at least 15 years, right? I mean, I've had Nissan Titan. I had a 2004 Nissan Titan that lasted me 16 years with almost no problems whatsoever. So I'm hoping I get this out of the Ram. So far, so good. I love the truck. I've put about 1,000 miles on it since ownership. So, but I'm going to let you watch this video. I'm just topping it off, making sure I get the right amount of fluid. When I drain the fluid next time, I know I'm just going to dump 4 quarts in there and let it go. I'm not even going to double check it once it's done. The instructions also say you need to drive it for 25 miles and then check your fluid levels. I'm not even going to bother doing that because 4 quarts of gear oil is going to be plenty. So I hope this video was good for you. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope I gave you some good information. Mag Hytec did not sponsor this video in any way. I do believe that Mag Hytec has an amazing product. I wish they would kind of copy Banks' performance a little bit closer on their rear differential cover. I think Banks does a really good job with lubricant displacement on a rear differential. I think Mag Hytec is good anyway. I just think Banks is a little bit better on the rear end. I do like the way that Mag Hytec looks on the differential cover. I love the way it looks on the transmission cover. So this is my video. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button if I helped you out. Whatever you do, don't hit the thumbs down button. Please don't hit that thumbs down button. It hurts all of us YouTubers whenever you give us a thumbs down.